This week, the Territory Government unveiled purpose-built accommodation for cancer patients who come to Darwin for treatment. It's the latest step in the development of the Territory's new $30 million cancer unit. Michael Coggan reports.
I was diagnosed in the year 05 and the first reaction was quite normal. Why me? Healthy bloke, been healthy all my life. Why should I get cancer?
67-year-old bookkeeper Albert Goodrich has been receiving treatment for prostate cancer since 2005. Today is the first time he's been able to have radiation therapy in his hometown at Royal Darwin Hospital's $30 million cancer unit.
Now your gown's all covering you, so I can help you a bit from behind. Now just remember you've been lying down for a bit long.
This $4 million linear accelerator machine has been in operation since March, and that means Mr Goodrich no longer has to be flown to Adelaide for treatment at public expense.
Well, it's all locally done now. I can hop in my car, go out to the Darwin Hospital, the new radiation unit, receive my radiation treatment, hop in my car and come back to work here.
This is the second of our linear accelerators, which is currently being commissioned.
Adelaide-based radiation oncologist Michael Penniman has been treating Territory cancer patients for 12 years. He's been instrumental in establishing the new cancer centre.
I've been coming up here regularly to do all of the consulting work in terms of seeing the patients, and one of my colleagues from Adelaide has been coming up as well. Between the two of us and the rest of the Adelaide team, we've been gradually building an ability to see all of the new patients in the centre and plan them and treat them. Well, this is the planning room, and this is where all of the week or two of technical aspects occur. And what the girls are doing here is a patient that's had a CAT scan for our technical reasons, and we've got all the imaging and all the specific data that we need, and what's on screen is actually a patient who's having a treatment of a cancer in their neck.
The Cancer Centre was officially opened by the Prime Minister in January and now has more than 30 patients. More specialist staff are being trained, including a Darwin-based radiation oncologist, to expand capacity to more than 400 patients a year, and there's scope to treat up to 800 people.
From the capacity point of view, it's very, very capable. From the actual quality of the machines and the staff, that's really state of the art. And so in essence, there's a lot of things that we're doing here that other centres in Australia are yet to do. And some of those things are really quite innovative and world-leading types of technology.
I, like most women, I think, were in denial. I knew there was a lump there, and for a while just tried to ignore it and thought, well, yeah, you know, it's nothing. But then speaking to a few friends, they said, come on, Wolfie, you know, get out there and have it checked. And then, of course, when I did and it was malignant, then I guess all hell let loose to decide what I was going to do.
When Darwin businesswoman Sylvia Wolfe was diagnosed with breast cancer 9 years ago, the only way she could get radiation therapy was to fly interstate. She believes the new centre will make a big difference for many cancer patients, but she would probably fly interstate for treatment again. I
went to Sydney for 6 weeks, mainly because I could work, you know, so I'd get zapped in the morning and then I'd work the rest of the day. But for me, it was okay because I'm on top cover. But I guess for families, now here and now, for families, it's a lot more convenient for them. They don't have the upheaval of having to go away and live in another state for 7 weeks.
Prior to having the unit up here, everyone that needed radiotherapy had to travel interstate for such, and that was an up to 3 month period away from home. And the other thing is that their treatment is actually happening in a more rapid time frame now, because they have their planning and they're actually following on with treatment fairly quickly with the numbers that we're handling up here.
Over the 10 to 12 years I was coming up, I had plenty of occasions where I'd say to a patient that I had something that would actually help them with their pain or maybe even cure their cancer. And it was clear that because of various family, work, other commitments, or indeed in some cases patients that were worried they were going to probably die in the next couple of weeks, really would just make the decision that they couldn't fly away from Darwin, they had to stay here. And it was really so sad that if it was a patient that you knew would benefit a lot and they just, quite reasonably didn't want to travel.
Right, now I'm about to do the bank charges.
Albert Goodrich is one of those now choosing to have his cancer treated in Darwin. The cancer specialists at Royal Darwin Hospital hope people across the territory will follow his lead. Mr Goodrich is confident the treatment is making a difference.
We think it'll completely neutralise the cancer in the lymph nodes, and I'm trusting God it will do so. And so I'll be in the land of the living for many years to come.
Michael Coggan reporting there. And that's all we have time for. Letitia Lemke will be hosting Stateline from next week as I'm off to have a baby. We'll leave you with images from a rock art shelter in Western Arnhem Land. Have a great weekend.